DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, hope you're all well. And it is Monday. And I was just gonna say I almost had to do the tag inside because we finally got rain. Yeah, that was nice. After weeks without rain, we had a pretty big rain shower. Yeah. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about the weather. I am here to do a few tags. And today, well, as usual, I'll be starting with Jasmine's five question Monday 5 question tag. Can't even talk today. Goodness. Anyway, so hope you're doing well, Jasmine. And let's start with those questions. Yes. So the last accident you had, question one, the last accident. Let me see. I think the last time I had an accident, well, I didn't cut my thumb as bad as you did. That was a few years back, though. I almost cut it right off. But let me see. The last accident I would have had, it's been a long, long time that I've had anything that I would call an accident. Thank you, God, because nobody wants to have an accident. It might actually also have been slicing off a bit of my thumb, but in the kitchen. You know, that's probably the last time that I recall having something that was worth mentioning, and it's been a long time ago. And I should probably have had maybe a stitch or two, but I didn't because I didn't go anywhere and I just basically stuck it together and it did stick back. Having said that, Jasmine, I do hope that in your case for your thumb, it will stick together. But I don't understand why the people didn't make stitches right off. Would have. Maybe it would have given a scar, but it would have saved a lot of time. At least that's my opinion. Okay, that's question one, which I really did not answer very well because I've been lucky. I haven't had that many answers. I mean, aside from falling down, slipping. No, maybe, does that count? I didn't hurt myself, so I don't know if it's actually an accident. I have slipped the other day. Actually it was a while back. I was in socks and I slipped and fell on my rear. Yeah, that doesn't count. Question two. Have you ever been pulled over by the police? Again, yes, the answer is yes. It was once when I was with once I was with my father-in-law, and he had a rental car. He'd come over to Switzerland from Canada, and he had taken a rental car in France. I know, it sounds complicated, and it was, because they had landed in Basel, which is an airport which is actually run by Swiss, French, and German authorities, because it's on a corner. It's called in German the Dreieck, so we could say the three-corner part of Switzerland, where there's three countries that pretty much come together. And he would always rent his cars in France. I think they were cheaper, probably. But at the time, they didn't automatically we have like a sticker that goes on in Switzerland that's good for the motorways. And if you don't use it, if you don't have it, you are illegal. And my father-in-law, always trying to stretch the law a little bit, thought like, well, who's going to check? Who's going to check? Well, actually, they check a lot. Anyway, so he did not put it. And he was having me drive. Now, first thing is, I don't think I should have driven. It was a rental car. When you think about it, I was probably not insured. But anyway, my father-in-law told me, oh yes, everything's insured, everything's good. So So it certainly wasn't. And I was driving this rental car. He was in it. And we were off the highway. So there's no problem not to have a sticker if you're off the motorway. So from the highway to the motorway, I'll get it right eventually. And we went on to the motorway. There was a car, a police car, that he probably saw the French license plates. So he overtook us. I did see, no, there's always two policemen in a car. I did notice that the guy looked, and he was checking if we had the sticker, which we didn't. And then he, let me see, then he did move behind us, and I saw an exit coming. So I knew what he was going to do. He was probably, no, he was still ahead of me. He was going to turn me over, I guess, but he had not yet put his signal. So I took the first exit quite quickly, and he came back, and we had to be in back of me, because if I took it, he came back. Yeah, he was behind me. There was no other way. And he came back, and then he stopped me. And then he said, "You purposely took the exit, didn't you?" And so on. And I said, "Well, we are going here." And he said, "Where's the sticker for the highway?" And then my father-in-law started talking. And he said, "Oh, what are you talking about?" But then the man, of course, saw my license, which I had a Swiss driver's license. And he said, "Well, you knew you should have had a sticker." So he fined us, was 100 francs at the time. This is many years ago. This is like 25 years ago. And he fined us 100 francs and at the time. And we had to pay. So yes. Another time that I was stopped over by the police was one of these, I was going to say a standard check, which they would often do around here on Saturday evenings, or Saturday nights, I would say, to see if you've been drinking. And I had not been drinking, and I didn't have to have any test. He could easily see, I guess, or from that I wasn't. So yeah, that's the last time. That was the last time I've been pulled over by the police. Yes. Question 3. Did you collect anything as a kid? Jasmine mentioned collecting comic books. Well, I collected comic books as well. And I collected, there was like Batman collection cards. You would get them in packages of gum. Those of you who've lived in Canada or the United States know what I'm talking about. It would be kind of like a really horrible gum. It was kind of like a strip. It was probably just like chewing cardboard or whatever. But you'd have hockey cards, you would have baseball cards, and so I did collect some of those, but I was into the Batman cards. Yeah, I think I was missing one. Horribly, yes. I think I was missing one, which I never managed to find. I did find it, so to say, online in the YouTube video, and made a print of it just so that it would be there. Yeah. So Batman cards. And they're upstairs somewhere in my office. Yeah. I don't know how much they're worth now, because it's not a complete set. There's missing one. But anyway, yeah, it's probably worth a lot of money. So that was the thing that I collected and still kept. But the comic books, yes, I collected lots of comic books. Mostly superhero comic books, and mostly from DC. And no, when you call me DC, it's not from DC Comics. It's Dagocleo, the dog and the cat. But there was DC comic books and Marvel, and there were a few other things like the Archie comics and so on, which were Dell, I believe. But I was more into DC comics, funnily enough, anyway. But yes, we used to collect those, and what I just mentioned before, the Batman collection cards. Question 4. The last time... Oh, I forgot. I didn't even... let me see. The last time you went out for coffee. Oh, that was yesterday, actually. We don't go out for coffee much because it just costs too much. I often, people say you live in Switzerland, you're rich. Well, no, we aren't. But the last time we went out for a coffee was we were invited out. It was our wedding anniversary, and second son of DC and his partner invited us out for coffee and lunch yesterday. Yeah, so that was nice. It was. And question 5 and last, what are you looking forward to the rest of the year? The rest of the year. Well, for the rest of the year, there's going to be first son of DC and his wife. They are married at the town. They were married at the town hall 10 years ago, and they've always wanted to have a religious wedding, which, for whatever reason, they had not they had not managed to get in to do 10 years ago. So they're having a religious wedding at the church and so on this year. And yes, they both fit in. They both fit into their clothes that they wore 10 years ago. So my daughter-in-law is absolutely gorgeous in that wedding dress. So we're looking forward to that. And we're going to have my sister-in-law and her husband will be coming over for the wedding. And in a couple weeks, I'm going to have my sister and her husband. They're doing a Europe trip, and they are coming over for a few days. So, there's quite a few things that we're looking forward to up until the end of the year. Yeah. And is that it? It is. And that's long enough also. But that'll be it. DC signing off. Take care. Thank you, Jasmine. And till the next time. Bye-bye.